Hi guys, today we are going to make an Eeyore Cake Topper. On our last video, we created Tigger, so if you are interested, it is available on our YouTube channel. We will start off with the blue fondant and create the body first. It looks a bit like an avocado, and then when you achieve that, you can elongate the top part and you'll have something like this. When that's done, we will put a wire inside it. This will be his skeleton. I am using a number 18 wire because this is strong and sturdy and it will hold our character very well. I'm just going to gently bend it as what I like. You can also bend it depending on the action that he's doing, but if you want to copy what I'm doing, then feel free to do so. Just do it gently so we don't break the body. When that's done, we'll now move on to the back legs. You'll have to make this shape and cut it in half. Now you'll have two legs. Use your fingers to shape it properly. You can also use a fondant tool to help you make the harder part. I will put in the description below where I bought all these fondant tools, so feel free to check it out. It is an affiliated link, so when you buy stuff, I'll get something, but it won't charge you any more than that you should be paying for it. So please feel free to do so. Thank you. When you get this shape, you'll have to create the other side as well. And then when that's done, I want you to cut it slantways. This way, it's going to be easier for us to attach it with the rest of the body. Just try it first, and then when you're happy with it, put an edible glue so that it will stick together. The problem with doing parts is that you'll get to see all these cut pieces. So what I do is I use fondant tool and my fingers to merge them as much as I can. And normally it does works out. So Eeyore has this lighter shade on the belly, so we're gonna do that. So flatten a gray fondant and try to copy the shape of his body. Use a cutter to cut all the excess fondant from the top and on the sides as well. We want it looking clean and crisp on all the parts. And then we're going to do the same thing for the legs. Try your best to do it as clean as possible. I know I'm being a bit OCD, but I'm sure it's worth it. When you see all these happy faces that they love your character, all the hard work will be worth it. Sometimes the fondant is not enough, so you just have to stretch it a bit and continue cutting. After that, repeat the same process for the other leg, and then we'll have this. We will now move on to his head. His head is a bit unusual in shape, so I'm going to try my best and show you how it will be done. So just try and copy what I'm doing. Basically, on the base part of it, it does look like a bit like a small avocado, but after that, we're going to have to like flatten some parts of the eye. It's like an invisible line between the eyes and the mouth to separate it. And then we're going to use our fingers and some fondant tool to create the hollow part of the eye. I like to use my fingers and the two different size of ball tool because it creates depth. So depending on your wire, if you think it's too long, just cut it. And I'm gonna cut some parts of the neck because we want to attach the head on this. I'm going to attach my head over here, but we're still going to work on it later on. So we just want to check it out if it's the right proportion. And of course, do it gently. We don't want to damage the head. Okay, so far I think it looks good. And if what you did is also looking good for you, then we can remove the head again and start working on the face. I'm going to put the same fondant that we use on the belly for his mouth. We want to completely cover the lower part of his face. Don't forget to put edible glue so this way it will not fall off later on. Once you achieve this, I just want you to cut around it to make sure that all is straight. Looks good to me. So now we will move on and add the white part of the eye. It's gonna be a bit like an oval shape because his face is oval as well. And then this is a bit tricky. So you have to use a fondant tool to create the line of his mouth and then like ball tools on the each side. So I know Eeyore is not always smiling, but I want him smiling for this cake topper. We don't want a sad Eeyore, right? So the trick over here is try to do it as gently as possible first. Once you're happy with the placement, you can go ahead and run through it again. Now deeper. So when you're happy with it, you can run through your fingers as well to make it smoother. Eeyore also has this line in the middle of his face, so we're gonna do that as well. Like what we did before, try to do it gently first, and then when you're okay with the placement, run through it again. Now we're going to place it back with the rest of the body just to have a look with our progress. So, but I think this looks pretty good. From time to time, you have to check with the rest of, the whole character to see if all is going well. Because we don't want to finish the whole thing and then suddenly feel like, oh, the proportion is not right. Okay, so now we will move on to his front legs. The legs on the front will be two different shape because I want them to have two different actions. The left leg will be waving and then the right leg will be just in front of him. So just try to copy what I'm doing right now. I know the left is a bit easier. This one, so it's like a frontal view. So that's why it's a bit different. And then when that's done, we're going to cut the back part. This will be the one that is attached with the rest of the body. Also, don't forget to put the gray part because we already put it on the belly and on the back legs. Of course, we have to put it on the front legs as well, right? Cut all the excess fondant and repeat the same process for the other leg. Now we have to attach it with the rest of the body. So for the front legs, we just need to put edible glue since it's just on the floor. But for the waving hand, we want to put a skeleton inside it or like a wire because it's gonna be like free, it's high up and it's gonna fall if you don't put anything on it. Now we will move on to the ears. Eeyore has this long droopy ear, so we're going to use that. We're gonna create this shape and you have to have this fondant tool because it's gonna be hard if you don't have it. So like again, I'm gonna put it on the link description below. So if you want to buy it there, then please feel free to do so, or you can go in any cake decorating shop. They'll probably have it for sure. put a small pink fondant also inside of it because, in cartoons, normally they have a different shade inside the ears. And then just press them together. Cut the ears like this, slanted, because we will be adding it with the rest of the body. You can place it on both sides, depending on what action you want it to be doing. But yes, you can always copy what I'm doing here. After the ears, I'm just going to add like little strands of hair throughout his body. So he has like, you know, little bit of hair and then it goes onto his back. And then we're going to add black fondant for his eyes, of course. Using the same blue color fondant that we use on his body, we're gonna make an eye cap. On the other side as well. And then we're gonna add some eyebrows. And I just want to run through the nose and mouth as well because I don't know, it just seems a bit faded to me. So I'm just gonna make it more prominent. This one, I'm just going to add a little bit more details. I don't know, but Eeyore has all this like weird lines on all over his body, so I'm just gonna add it. And as usual, I'm gonna add white on his eyes to make it more lively. And that's how we make an Eeyore cake topper. If you're liking our video tutorial for today, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you!